Good evening and welcome to a new edition of Business Insider. I'm your host for tonight, Muhammad Abdurrahim. And tonight we'll be talking about the Egypt-Sudan Economic Cooperation, and also we'll be updating you on the latest on the Sudanese crisis and the costs and also opportunities stemming from the Sudanese crisis. And with us here in the studio is Engineer Omar Hussein, and he's a member of the Sudanese Chamber of Commerce and Trade and Industry. He's also Engineer Hussein is also a former presidential candidate in Sudan, and he's the founder of a new initiative called Sudan Unite Us initiative. We'll be talking about that initiative as well here in the program. Thank you very much, Engineer Hussein, for being with us, and good evening. Allows, dear sir, and the viewers first to watch a report about our main topic for tonight, and then when we come back, we'll be starting our discussion with our distinguished guests. Please stay with us.
In light of the challenges currently facing Sudan, Egypt continues its official efforts to provide economic and investment support, reaffirming the depth of the historical ties and the shared destiny that bind the two nations. President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi has repeatedly emphasized Egypt's full support for Sudan's unity and stability, underscoring the importance of restoring the role of the Sudanese state institutions in a manner that contributes to achieving political and economic stability. At the practical level, recent months have witnessed intensified meetings of the Egyptian-Sudanese Joint Trade and Industrial Committee. The two sides agreed on implementing executive measures to enhance trade exchange, expand prospects for joint investment, and remove obstacles hindering the movement of goods and business persons between the two countries. Cairo has also announced the readiness of Egyptian companies to participate in reconstruction projects in Sudan, particularly in the sectors of infrastructure, electricity, housing and roads, in addition to providing technical support and transferring expertise in the fields of industry, training and capacity building. Egypt is likewise seeking to strengthen industrial and economic integration with Sudan through activating bilateral agreements, developing customs cooperation, and opening new avenues for partnership that serve the interests of both peoples. These efforts reflect a clear Egyptian approach towards supporting Sudan not only politically and humanitarianly, but also through practical economic and investment-driven steps that contribute to the path of recovery and reconstruction while enhancing stability across the entire region as well.
All right, welcome back. Many thanks to Abir Hussein and Rasha Abdul Hamid for this report. And we're here in the studio with Engineer Omar Hussein, the member of the Sudanese Chamber of Commerce and Industry, the former presidential candidate in Sudan. Engineer Hussein, thank you again for joining us. And let us start, please, by asking you to update us on the latest regarding the situation in Sudan, regarding the humanitarian crisis, and also regarding the efforts of the Sudanese army and the state institutions to bring about order in the country.
Okay. Thank you very much for inviting me today in your show. Actually, the situation now in Sudan is, I think, is going in a good process. The good shadow for the peace is coming good. The military, our military, the army is always going forward and taking the RSF from many countries. Lately, before 2 days, it was in Kadugli. And they kicked and they took them out from the city, and we can see this all these things. We can see it in the news, but wherever the army is going inside, the people is going out and welcome them, welcome the army, because what the RSF is doing is really terrible genocide, really terrible things that no one can imagine. These people from are they real human beings? They are killing children, killing women, killing elder people, and making very massive things. Even sometimes they bury some people from Darfur and from that other part, not from their tribes. They bury them while they are alive. And there was some videos was going, and I'm sorry to say this, but after they killed them, they took their meat. I'm sorry to say this. They took their meat and they feed it to their brothers, you know, to let them eat their brothers. Yani.
Awful, yeah.
Yeah, this was very bad. Like now things is going very good, alhamdulillah. In our country now, Mr. Kamil Idris, the Prime Minister in Sudan now, he's doing good things. He's processing. Now he's going out around many countries in the Gulf, especially as he started his visits for a very long time here in Cairo. He met with the President and with the Prime Minister here. And he's trying to show that Sudan is going in a good process, and telling that we are going in the line of democracy, in the line of civil government, new civil government, instead of not only be ruled by the military, because this is making a lot of sanctions, a lot of things against our country.
Engineer Hussein, how do you see Egypt's role in the Sudanese crisis? And of course, Egypt has announced what it called its red lines. Egypt sees the importance of preserving the territorial integrity and the sovereignty of Sudan. Egypt has, of course, declared that it against any division of Sudan, and that it is also against any militias, and that it supports state institutions, and is trying to play a key role along with the three other countries in the quartet, to bring about at least a humanitarian truce first, before that could lead to peace. And Egypt believes in diplomatic settlements of the crisis. So how do you see the Egyptian role?
Actually, Egypt is playing a very good role in the war, in our war in Sudan, and the conflict in Sudan actually. And you know, the Quattro is, as you said, it's for the 4 countries. Egypt is playing a very good role and supporting Sudan. The problem in this Quattro is that one of the countries is supporting the RSF, and this is not acceptable by the Sudanese people and by our government, definitely, because you cannot say that you are going to bring the solution, and you are the main player in the problem itself. So now, when our government, our president says that okay, we will accept the agenda for the Quattro, then and we accept, because Egypt is supporting us in a very good thing, and it's looking for to stop ceasefire and start as soon as possible the humanitarian, to let the humanitarian aid go inside Darfur and Kadugli and all affected countries, affected cities in Sudan. Then it comes the Tasis, which is Tasis. This is the government which RSF said that this is the political government for it, and said okay, although as long as the Sudanese government, the legal government said okay, we don't need the Emirates in this quarter, we don't accept Egypt to be in the same in this quarter. You got my point?
Yeah.
But we think the security between the 2 countries is something which have to be the same. Yani. The security, if Sudan is have problems, it will be affecting the Egypt definitely, because we are the secure side in the north.
Absolutely, and Egypt has, I mean, made it clear that the security of Sudan and peace in Sudan is important for its own national security. Absolutely. Yeah, and Egypt and Sudan used to be one country. Yeah, and share a lot, really, down the line of history, and until today. I mean, the peoples of Egypt and Sudan are one, really, and there is love between them. Absolutely, there is no question.
Also,
about
because
that.
You know, if Egypt allows that the country to be separated into 2 militias and different countries, this will be spread very bad into the whole Africa. This is what is happening now in one of our neighbor countries, you know. But if it's allowed to be happen there, and this is, it will be very serious.
Well, this
problem.
is, Egypt again has said that this is the major red line. I mean,
Yes.
no division of Sudan under whatever circumstances. Now, Engineer Hussein, you are the founder of an initiative called Sudan Unite Us. Please talk to us about that initiative.
Okay, actually, Sudan Unite Us, when we start to establish this initiative, because in Sudan there is a lot of tribes, a lot of different people, a lot of different political parties, and always before this war we were not coming into one table. Always there is problem between each other. Everyone, he thinks he's going to bring he's going to bring the solution, and he's going to save the country from what is happening there. But whenever, if I, for example, I bring a study, or I bring an idea, okay, will be like a solution for such a problem to come together, then the other side will say, no, we will not accept it. We have to take our the other side ideas, or the other side studies. So we came to our point, to our mind, okay, why don't we do the Sudanese United Us? And we have to bring all these people, trying to bring all these people together in one table, and looking for the safety and for the good of our country and for good of our people. And the point is not looking who is going to rule Sudan, but how we are going to rule Sudan, how we are going to bring peace to our country.
Right. Now, Engineer Hussein, definitely the Sudanese crisis has hurt the Sudanese economy. But before we talk about the costs that the crisis in Sudan have caused, I mean the costs to Sudan, to Egypt, to Africa, to the region, I want to ask you about the current economic cooperation between Egypt and Sudan, and they are the two most important neighbors for each other. I mean, Sudan is Egypt's most important neighbor, and Egypt is Sudan's most important neighbor.
Actually, because the economy between the two countries, it's, as you said before, it is very long, decades, even centuries, it's a long time ago. And the relation between the two countries, not only economically, but also, as we said before, it's like because of the Nile. It's giving the soul for the people of the both countries. And you can find families here and some families there. They are married from here and from other sides. So, before the war, things was going good between Sudan and Egypt, and the majority of the business between them, or the economic business between us, was like border trades between two countries. But after the war, it comes and stops, because it makes make it difficult. The RSF have cut the roads for it's not allowing any goods to go to Egypt, because they are feeling and they are saying that Egypt is supporting the army against the RSF. So they have a problem with them, so they are not allowed to export anything to Egypt side. Before the war, the scale of the trading between Egypt and Sudan, it was between 1.4 to 1.6 billion dollars. After the war, it goes down very high, because we cannot bring goods from there, and we cannot take goods from here. Also, Sudan, the port of Sudan ports, after the war, it's not working properly, and so everything is going, like the food stuff, like the medicines, like everything is going through the borders between Sudan and Egypt.
So there are costs, but there are also opportunities, certainly. What opportunities could come out of this for the trade between the two countries?
I think the opportunity between the two countries will be like bringing, now after, inshallah, after the peace come to our country, and have to do the rebuilding Sudan again from the beginning. And this will be the good chance for the Egyptian private sector and the governmental sides, because it is very, I think, Egypt have a good reputation companies in the infrastructure, building roads, bridges, and power stations, and all these things. And they have the experience. For example, in the agriculture sector, we can bring from Egypt here to Sudan. They can send to Sudan the irrigation, new advanced irrigation system, the seeds, the fertilizers, because Egypt has everything. Here you have the cement, you have the steel, you have the asphalt, you have everything. And also, I think one day after building the canal, the last stage of the canal, Suez Canal, a lot of machinery, a lot of heavy equipment is available here in Egypt, and it will be much easier to send it from Egypt to Sudan through the border, not taking through the sea, you know. So it will be much easier and much faster. And the relation between the Sudanese and Egyptians, even the engineers and this stuff, the people are willing, are good, they are goodwill between them. Yeah.
And there are areas now in many vast areas in Sudan that are witnessing total calm, right? And already life has come back to normal, right? In Khartoum, in the east, in the north. I mean, you tell us.
Yeah, now they say this is a volunteer going back to home. And after they took the RSF out from Khartoum, the capital, Khartoum and Bahri, Khartoum North and Omdurman, this is the capital. You know, but a lot of things is not there. There is no life at the beginning. If we don't go back to our home, if we don't go out to rebuild our country, it will not be. It will be like, sorry, it will be like a ghost city, because it have been displacing during the war. More than 13 million, almost 13 million, have been displaced from during this war from Khartoum and other states. Now Khartoum is really almost empty. Now the government, they go back from Port Sudan, and they go and started doing their business from Khartoum. Some of the ministers have gone there. Mr. Kamil Idris, now he's staying there. Mr. Burhan, he went back there. But to take the people there, I think this needs the essential things for life. You need to have medicine, you need to have schools, you need to have electricity, water. If these things is not available, how can you tell the people to go back there to live?
Right.
They will be suffering. You know,
right. Of course, Egypt, and it is the nature really of Egypt and its duty as well, is hosting millions of Sudanese here. Now, there's been a debate here in Egypt on whether the millions of Sudanese who live in their second country really have increased inflation in the country, or whether they have benefited actually the market, because they have widened the market and they have there are investors, there are entrepreneurs, and they have invested in different sectors in the country. So how do you read this debate?
Okay, I think this is the claim is economically is incorrect, and politically I think it is a little bit dangerous, saying that the Sudanese people come here and make the inflation. Let's think about it. As I said before, after the war, more than 13 million have been displaced. 3 million have moved to the neighbor countries. Egypt have accepted during the start of the war till now, I think, legally, who came through the borders legally, it's almost like 1.2 million Sudanese. This is who came legally. Some like human trafficking, they came because it was a problem for them to get the visa, and they make like security approvals. It was very difficult and very expensive. So if we do a small calculations, I think the relation between Egypt and Sudan is not because of the war. It's a very long time, and Sudanese have been staying here before the war. Almost the population of Sudanese people here are doing business and studying and having medications and all this stuff, almost like 4 to 5 million.
And there are intermarriages, as you mentioned.
Yeah, exactly.
And there are many Egyptians who live in Sudan.
And doing business, I have a very big business and have a lot of things in Sudan. Yeah. The point, if you take an example, I think that what people, I think this is some people who are looking to get more shows or to make problem between the two countries, to the people of the countries. I'm thinking, okay, if we now we take example like we are 6 million here in Sudanese person here in Egypt, and all these people they are not, majority are not working. Those their families are transferring money for them from outside. If we said everyone is transferring $100 per month, 100, if we apply this, 6 million by sun, this is 600 million. 600 million per month, this is Sudanese people bring it to Egypt here. Okay, I think this is in the legal, through the legal
channels.
Through the legal channels. I make, sorry, I make here like a survey. 600 million, this is from Sudanese. Can you believe, you know, Suez Canal, how per month it's getting 800 million. Sudanese people getting 600. The gas, Egypt exporting gas, per month it is like 400 million. The oil, 300 million.
Of course, I mean, most of Egypt's income comes from the Egyptian expats. I mean, but if you look at the Egyptian
expat, this is like 2 point something, 2.5 million billion, 2.5 billion per month.
Yeah, more than that.
Of course, but
and of course the Egyptian exports as well. I mean, so it's the export.
So definitely, if this, when they bring this money, they transfer it through the right channels, through the banks, or through the official exchange rates. So they're renting houses.
So there is no question that in your mind that if they have helped in increasing inflation, but they have also helped in bringing foreign currency to the country and in bringing investments as well to the country. And the fact that the consumption and the so they've widened the market. They've made the market grow.
They rent houses. Their children go to school, universities, and
they spend a lot.
Hospitals. They spend. Even the transportation and the food, buying foods. This is all these things. I think this is like injecting good things and making opportunities for the people of the Egyptian people also to do more business.
Absolutely. And Engineer Hussein, so you've mentioned how the war has affected border trade between the two countries, but as the situation improves, as you said, and should we expect more of a resumption of the border trade between the two countries? Sudan has been called the basket of Africa, right? For decades we've been hearing this, and Sudan is a country very rich in agricultural lands and has lots of resources. So, I mean, how can we, even in the tough situation Sudan is passing through right now, get things rolling, you know, even if slowly at the beginning, between the two trade partners, the two neighbors?
Yeah, as you said, like...
How can we facilitate this?
Yeah, as you said, Sudan is like the basket of the food for the countries, for the other countries.
Yeah.
And before the war, Sudan was playing a key role like agriculture country, exporting the goods, all the agriculture stuff to the Africa and to Egypt. And also we have one of the biggest 3 countries in gold, mining gold in Africa. I think after the war it became very difficult because everything have stopped, no production, nothing. The people have left their irrigation, their lands, their farm, their everything, their factories, and they can. I think have to bring this together. Nothing we can, from my point of sight, I think going back before getting the 100% peace, it will be a little bit difficult for the investor from Egypt to go there, because it will, every time they say this is a little bit risky. We don't recommend it. They don't recommend themselves to go and invest or to inject money there into other. Like as long as if the peace have came in the table, it will be in a real thing. Sudan can be the backyard for Egypt. We can do.
It has always been the case, but yeah.
It can be all the agricultural things will be there. Egypt will be known as for the factories. We bring process all the goods will be processed here. It will be like a hub, and then it will have a good reputation, have a good experience in exporting to the Gulf, to the EU. So it can be like a good integration in doing business together. On the other side, smuggling the gold through the borders after the war, and we lost all the income from this gold. Sudan produced 90 to 100 tons per year annually, and now this is not going through the right process through the banks, or it's all smuggled through the borders. In our also on Sudan International, we write an initiative before, and we said, why don't we do like a stock market for the gold for Sudan and Egypt to be established here in Egypt, and then allowing Egypt to allow the people from Sudan to bring the gold here and to sell it and giving a good price, and then it will be like a good hub instead of being in the Gulf. So it can be all the gold in Africa starting from Sudan and Egypt, so all the people in Africa, they bring it and to bring and sell it in here in Egypt, and this will be like a stock market here in Egypt.
Very good idea, but for that to happen, things first, I mean, peace has to be first restored.
Yeah.
So it is because of the richness of Sudan when it comes to resources in every means possible, be it you know, gold or agricultural lands, or this is why there were those who targeted Sudan because they were greedy and wanted to take Sudan's good for them. This is why we're seeing this.
And people in our country say Sudan because of the lot of resources. It have always with war, its conflicts, with problem. It became like a bad thing for Sudan, the resources, the oil, the gold, the land, even the people. Yeah. This is really, it became like a bad, how to say?
Well, certainly if a stable Sudan, a prosperous Sudan would be good for Egypt, would be good for Africa, for all of Africa.
Yeah.
Not just for Sudanese people,
not for Sudanese,
but
definitely.
for Egyptians and for Africans at large.
Yeah, I think this definitely it will be, and Sudan used to be from very long time in this state.
Right. Now, Engineer Hussein, how do you think that Egypt and Africa should approach economically, should approach the current situation in Sudan?
You know, as I said, and the relation between Egypt and Sudan is it is not integrated economically.
It's not just about economy. I mean,
it is integrated economically, and it is depending مصالح مشتركة.
Yeah, common interest, mutual interest.
Mutual common interest between the two countries, and I think if we let Egypt to support us in this issue, it will be a very good thing, because we will secure the food chain for Egypt, definitely, because we have the land and we have the water and we have the things there. Is everything is available. Egypt is now the world is suffering from the food problems, global food and prices, and the inflation in everything, and deviation of the currencies in the countries, and the war. Everywhere you go, there is a war. So if you don't secure the water and if you don't secure the food, it will be a real risk. Especially another thing, Sudan, if it's not secured, it will be a problem in the Red Sea, problem in the Nile basin, Nile basin, and problem in the West African, because it is the gate for all the West Africa, Sudan. So if they don't take things seriously and try to stop this war and try to deal with Sudan as a real problem. The problem of the war in Sudan is not for the Sudan itself, or it's not only for the Sudan, but I think it affects all the around
Absolutely,
region.
No question about that.
Yeah.
And looking at this big country, Sudan, this beautiful country, just like we say that Egypt is the gate to and from Africa, and that Egypt is the intersection point between three continents, really, the Africa, Asia, and Europe. I mean, if you look at Sudan, as you mentioned, I mean, its placement is very strategic. As you said, the Red Sea to the east, and Sudan is a gate to West Africa. Sudan is a gate to it's in the strip of sub-Saharan Africa and a gate to Central Africa, and it has the link with Egypt. It has, I mean, which in turn is the intersection between the three continents. So this geographical location of Sudan, just like that of Egypt, is a magical one, and if there is no order and peace in Sudan, then there won't be in the areas surrounding it.
This is I agree with you on this, and actually, but the problem is how can we stop this war? If this war didn't stop, so nothing is going to be done in our country. Nothing. We cannot develop. We cannot do trading. We cannot do economics. We cannot take the people back.
We need a humanitarian truce first. I mean, you agree with that approach? Definitely.
We have first to do like ceasefire at the beginning and allow the humanitarians, the NGOs and the international community to go and support these people. You know, there is the RSF are taking now in Darfur, only in Darfur, 19,000 is in prisons in a very bad situations. 19,000. This is more than 1 year are staying in the prison. They are in they don't give food. They don't give medicine. So I think every day
the atrocities of the militias of the Rapid Support Forces are being unveiled. Engineer Hussein, one final question. If you were leading an initiative, what economic model would you propose to reintegrate Sudan into the Egyptian and African economies?
Like, actually, I think this will be
after the war, of course.
After
peace
definitely
is brought.
Yeah. I think, and this is we used to talk about it so many times, and every time that you have to do like integration. First, integration between Sudan, Egypt, and Africa. Integration like building huge factories, big factories in irrigation, in agriculture, I mean, and in power stations, in solar power, and power stations to be and the logistics between the whole continent and Egypt and Sudan. And if we do this, I think it will be Africa we will become great again, and it will be very strong. And will be dependable in itself. No need to bring anything from other side. It will be having its words, it having its currency. And they can do like a currency, united currency, allowing between the borders, trade between the borders to go together, and instead of controlling. And this is what I have seen now. For example, like the war between Ukraine and Russia. And they stopped the SWIFT from them, but now Russia have started the new banking system, as you know. We can do something like this in Africa, and Egypt is capable, and I think it have a good experience, have a good background, and good background and good experience in this sector. Yeah.
The know-how. Yes, thank you very much, Engineer Omar Hussein, the member of the Sudanese Chamber of Commerce and Industry, the former presidential candidate in Sudan. Always a pleasure to have you with us.
Thank you very much, Mr.
And thank you for watching us. Please stay with Nile TV.